Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker is said to introduce a total of 8 new characters in this film by writer and director J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio. This is Mike Zero. If you guys are new to the channel, do make sure to subscribe to see future Star Wars content. Now, one great thing about this film that a lot of people are really excited about is, of course, exactly how J.J. is going to utilize all of the different characters in this movie, especially the new villain that will be going up against both Rey and Kylo Ren within the third act of the film. Now, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to various concept art descriptions, this is where things begin to get very exciting for this movie. Now, specifically, shot descriptions consisting of both Rey and Kylo Ren back to back, where it's described that a certain laughter interrupts their lightsaber duel. It said that they both feel a dark presence and that this takes place during one of their flash fights. The next describes both Rey and Kylo exiting their flash fight, where it's described that there is a man in a black cloak with a hood over his head, where it's described that this is the new villain. Another describes the villain revealing a certain revelation about the Skywalker bloodline to Kylo Ren. It said to be a sequence in which the villain gives a lecture to Kylo before Kylo and Rey begin to fight the new foe. It's described that eventually a certain truth is revealed to Kylo Ren by this new villain, where it said that Kylo uses Force lightning against him, only for this mysterious character to block Kylo's strike of lightning in mid-air, and seems to be another form of Force stasis. It said that this is when the villain reverses Kylo's strike of lightning back at him, causing Kylo to fly backward where Rey is said to step in. It's described to be a moment in which Rey activates her lightsaber again and blocks a couple of strikes of lightning by this sinister villain. The last describes Kylo getting up, where Rey is now locking lightsabers with the new villain, and appears to be in a struggle. It said that this is when Kylo helps Rey, and they officially team up, where Kylo sneaks behind the foe, and attempts to strike only for the foe to dodge Kylo Ren, and uses the Force repulse technique that throws Kylo and Rey around their environment. So I really want to go over a couple of parts about this. Now, by far, I think that the big thing that I'm really looking forward to seeing in The Rise of Skywalker is this new villain. Now, there's a lot of talk out there that this new villain really is going to change Star Wars lore, and is going to change how we view the entire Skywalker saga, and that it will have saga-wide implications, this character in and on its own. So this really does speak volumes, right? This tells us that this villain in particular, written by J.J. Abrams and Chris Terrio, is going to have saga-wide implications. This new villain is going to make us look at the prequels and the originals in a totally different way, which honestly, guys, I think is very intriguing. You know, there's a lot of talk out there that this new villain is being portrayed by Matt Smith, and that's exactly why Matt Smith's character is on lockdown. Now, what's really intriguing to me, the one piece that I do want to go over, is how this character is using the ability of Force lightning. That's a power that Snoke used, that's a power that Palpatine used, as well as even Count Dooku. You know, we've seen this multiple times in the Skywalker saga, and it seems like J.J. Abrams really wants to bring back that ability, pretty much, you know, to the point where it's basically the same exact way that Count Dooku used it, the same exact way that Palpatine used it. So with that being said, this new villain in Star Wars Episode 9, we do know that this character went under many different identities from all the different costume designs that we have been going over. So one of the other sequences that I do want to go over is that this is the moment in which the new villain reveals a revelation of the Skywalker bloodline to Kylo Ren, which causes Kylo to become angry and strike against the new foe. So what is this new revelation about the Skywalker bloodline? Could it very well have something to do with Anakin Skywalker, or maybe even the very beginning of the Skywalker lineage? You know, for all we know, there is more to the story than we already know about Shmi Skywalker being the first, of course. You know, who comes before that, right? There could be a lot more explanation to all of that that is going to be said through this new villain, since he will reveal a certain revelation about the Skywalker bloodline to Kylo. And I think that this is brilliant. It could be a big risk and a hit or a miss in the Star Wars Episode 9 storytelling by JJ. It really could be a hit or a miss. Because let's say if it doesn't work, let's say people just don't agree with this certain revelation of the Skywalker bloodline, it's going to literally change how we view the prequels and the originals, and kind of similar to what happened, you know, with Luke Skywalker. A lot of people had problems with that character, as did I, in The Last Jedi. It makes you look at Luke in a totally different way. and then when you watch the originals, you ultimately know where that character is going to end up. So with that being said, when we look at episode 9, I'm just crossing my fingers that JJ really knows what he's doing. So the other piece that I do want to go over is how this character is said to use the mastered form of Force Stasis against a Force Lightning strike by Kylo Ren. So Force Stasis, in case you guys did not know, it's basically called Force Freeze. Kylo used it against Poe Dameron in the very beginning of The Force Awakens against his blaster fire. Very interesting move, I gotta say. So anyways guys, what do you think about this whole entire sequence for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and are you guys excited about this new villain in the movie? Anyways guys, drop a comment below, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to moon, we hear them moans again. No.